It is NFL Combine time. Hello again from Indianapolis. I came to you live last night. Today, a bunch of company meetings. I've already seen some executives, including Rand Carthon, Tennessee GM. He was wandering the hallways here. Obviously, the former 49ers front office member. So everybody's filtering in. Kyle Shanahan's not going to be coming again for the second straight year. John Lynch will be here. Expect to talk to him tomorrow. Prospects are going to be rolling through this week. So I have a brief NFL Combine preview and 49ers salary cap check-in for you. This came out this morning on The Athletic. So go ahead and be sure to go into the description and check it out. 49ers NFL Combine preview, roster building situation, and a prospect to watch. That prospect is in the picture there. I'll talk about him in just a minute. But, there's, some, I think, important 49ers financial table setting to do as this offseason formally gets started. And that's here. The 49ers have a very inexpensive draft class setup that ties in directly with what's going on at this NFL Combine. You see, the 49ers obviously don't have picks in the first round or the second round or even the upper part of the third round. As you can see in this graphic, their first pick doesn't come until the very end of the third round, number 100. Then they have 102, then they have 103. They have three fifth-round picks, a sixth-rounder, and three seventh-round picks. What's really remarkable is that the 49ers have only two of their own picks. They replenished the rest of this, which, by the way, they lost a lot of picks because they traded up for Trey Lance and they traded for Christian McCaffrey. But they recouped a lot of picks through the compensatory process, both through losing players and through the minority hiring process, which netted the 49ers the third-round picks at the top. They also got one back through the Jonas Griffith trade from Denver, the linebacker Jonas Griffith, and through the Jeff Wilson trade to Miami. So the 49ers have done a really nice job of reclaiming draft picks they lost to pick up premier talent in the case of Christian McCaffrey and potentially premier talent in the case of Trey Lance. And one potential benefit of these picks that the 49ers have picked up is that they're not that expensive. Remember that draft picks and rookie contracts have predetermined values on the rookie wage scale. These values go down as the draft progresses. So because the 49ers don't have any first rounders, because they don't have any second rounders, because they don't pick until number 100 late in the third round, the cap hits are all under $1 million of the 49ers' 10 projected draft picks. $981,000 for the third rounders, down to the 800s for the fifth rounders, down to the 700s for the sixth and seventh rounders. The total cost of the 49ers draft class then to sign this year on the 53-man cap will only be $8.5 million. I bring this to you to illustrate the value of having a good scouting department. And I mentioned Rand Carthon, who I ran into. Well, it was fitting that I ran into Rand Carthon earlier because he was one of the key figures, along with Adam Peters, who's still with the 49ers, in making sure that they squeezed value out of the middle rounds at the NFL Combine and throughout the entire draft process. But this is the event where the 49ers are going to discover, not only discover guys, but, yield intelligence about some of the lesser known draft picks, which is the guys that they're going to have to hit on since they don't currently have any first or second round draft picks. And since the 49ers are in a fairly tight salary cap situation, and I can put the salary cap situation up here on the screen for you, $7.39 million, according to my calculations. They still have some money. They're going to spend a little bit this offseason. Don't think that their hands are tied. But because they are in a tighter salary cap situation, it is important that they get that draft class in at a financially responsible rate. And with the picks that they have 10 of them, but they're all less expensive. Well, the $8.5 million price tag certainly is manageable. The Houston Texans, on the other end of the spectrum, their draft class is going to cost over $20 million to sign. And the 49ers, I don't think, would be able to afford that this offseason, plus sign a premier veteran. They're still in position to sign a premier veteran and also afford a 10-person draft class, which is important for roster sustainability. Anyway, back to the Combine preview. Yesterday, I told you I went to St. Elmo, by the way. I still have that text title up. But now I'm here to talk about the 49ers prospect to watch the Combine. And it's the man up on your screen. That is Central Michigan defensive end Thomas Incoom. He had only about a sack and a half, 2 sacks as a junior, 11 and a half sacks this past season. You could tell in that picture he's got long arms. Go pop in his film on YouTube. Really long arms. I think he's got a good burst coming off the edge. I talk about the fact that the 49ers have to deal with this mid-round draft pick, so they don't have any premier spots. Well, it's going to be a guy like Inku, mid-major school, 11 and a half sacks last year to really burst onto the scene, but not enough, I think, to be a first or second round pick. This is an edge rusher I think the 49ers might be able to steal in the middle rounds. And the reason I say watch him at the combine is we don't have the exact measurements yet. Let's see how long his arms are. Let's see how good his burst is off the line of scrimmage. Let's watch some of that hand technique during individual drills. And I think that the 49ers, this is the type of player that they might be gunning for in this 2023 NFL draft. But that's the fun of it. That's what the combine is all about. We get to see what the 49ers will do as far as their interviews go. They have 45 interviews of up to 18 minutes with prospects. We'll see if Incoom is one of those here over the next several days. This is also really big for physical tests. The team doctors all here performing physicals across the prospects. So John Lynch and his staff will interview up to 45 players with 18 minutes. They're going to watch drills. They're going to do scouting. They're going to get to see the physical measurements. And also the medical staff is going to get to do its work to see who's healthy, who's not, what concerns there are ahead of the NFL draft. All right, so I'm going to be going around the NFL Combine. You're going to get a lot of live content. You're going to get a lot of behind-the-scenes video content. The stuff that I normally do, food, football, all of the above, it's going to be coming to you here from Indianapolis. So make sure to like the video, sub to the channel. Thanks for watching. This has been the 49ers NFL Combine Preview Show. Go ahead and check out that article that I wrote on the Athletic, sub there too. Probably only $1 or $2 a month. Right now is the best time to join because now is when you're going to get that in-depth 49ers coverage that you won't find anywhere else. Video version here, written version up on the Athletic. Everybody take care.